This is Stacy McKibben with the Master Communicator podcast, where CEOs, senior leaders, and C-suite executives share their advice. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best leaders know how to share their ideas concisely and quickly. Let's jump right in. Question number 1. In a few sentences, tell me who you are and what you do.
Hi, Stacy. My name's Joe Kaiser. I am a director at Mercato Partners. I have been blessed with the opportunity to sit in the sidecar with some great founders and CEOs as we endeavor down the entrepreneurial highway. On that journey, I collaborate with them by providing not only growth capital, but stage-specific advice as they build societal changing companies that in the spaces of technology and consumer goods.
Well, that's amazing. Well, I'm sure you have a lot of insights given everything that's going on these days. So
I hope so.
Super excited to hear your thoughts on that. Question 2 for you. What's the best thing about leading people from your perspective?
Yeah, I would say it's, in a word, it's creation. It's amazing and so exhilarating to see people take pride as their ingenuity creates great products and builds incredible companies. And so for me, it's all about creating that, enabling that structure that puts people in the best position to do just that.
That's amazing. Providing them a good support system and really helping them to become better. That's great.
That's right.
Question 3. I often hear from other leaders that business would be great if it weren't for that pesky people part. I'm curious, what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's a funny question. For me, I think every business, I don't care what you make, what you sell, every business does two things. One is providing customer experience, and the other is providing a customer outcome. And if any great business or any great leader creates a culture that's focused on exceeding customer expectation, if you don't do that, your customers will enable someone else to come along and disrupt you. So it is every company must be customer centric.
So you're saying we have to deal with the people. Is that what I'm hearing you say, Joe?
You have to love dealing with people, unfortunately.
That's great. Question 4. What other successful business leaders like yourself should be on the podcast?
Oh my. So I have the extreme luxury of working with some amazing CEOs, but 4 that I would say I would pay to listen to them anywhere, talk about any topics, but specifically leadership. George Mulhern at Cradlepoint, Angie Franks at Central Logic, Lori Coulter at Somersault, and Ike Kavas at Effisoft.
That's amazing. I love that because, again, one of the things I always encourage the audience to do is to go out and seek out in their community leaders that are right there around them. We can all go listen to, the Brian Tracy's, the Tony Robbins, the Brene Browns, but who are the people that are doing it every day? And I think that's, those are the voices that we can really learn a lot from as well. And they deserve a little shout out, right?
And in moments like this, it's the tactics that help.
It is. The tactics really help. I mean, especially, from people who are doing it.
Right.
Right. Not have read about it or wrote about it. Question 5, what piece of advice about communication would you give to other leaders?
Early in my career, I got a great piece of advice, which was stay hungry and humble, or you will become hungry and humble. And so I think all great leaders should start each new relationship and conversation with that in mind. Is come across authentic, hungry, and humble, and your audience will love you.
Mm-hmm. And what do you mean by by hungry? What does that typically mean for you?
Yeah, I think, a lot of times leaders can, you have some level of success and you get caught up in that level of success and you forget what got you to that point and that drive that got you to that point. And so I think it's just always remembering that motivation, that internal motivation that got you to this point is what I mean by hungry.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. So the kind of like that burn in your belly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that. All right. Magic question number 6. Tell us about your favorite boss or teacher who's really influenced you.
Well, I'm really blessed to have a great boss and teacher today. Greg Warnock is the founder and managing partner at Mercato, and I express my gratitude to him pretty frequently about backing the startup that is Joe Kaiser. So
Yeah.
I'm really fortunate in that regard. He's been an incredible mentor and coach and just a role model. So I'm really blessed in that regard.
That's amazing. Any wisdom or nuggets you want to, share that he might have said? Any isms, Greg isms?
Oh, they come out on a daily basis. We need 9 hours instead of 9 minutes. But I think one of the things that Greg always talks about is focusing on the things that you should do in the moment, not the things that you could do in the moment. That
Mm.
really, particularly when resources such as time are limited, it's all about focusing on the outcome that is required in the moment and doing those things that cause it.
All right, that was the soundbite right there, Joe. You killed it. Drop the mic. You're out. That was awesome. That's super cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate all your insights, and I know everybody out there will as well. How can people find you if they want to reach out and say hi or learn more about you and your business?
Well, Stacy, it's definitely been my pleasure. I would point you to our website, Mercato, Mercato, partners.com. I'm at jkaiser at mercatopartners.com. And then I do my best to respond to messages on LinkedIn as well.
That's great. Well, awesome. I really appreciate your time again, and thank you so much. This
Thank
is
you,
Stacy
Stacy.
McKibben with the Master Communicator podcast. For more ideas and insights, please do go check us out at www.concilioteam.com. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.